there, it's Sarah, still keeping you active 12 minutes at a time, and today I'm bringing you exercises to strengthen your hips. And as you may have guessed, you're going to need a sturdy chair for this workout, so go ahead and grab one now. It can be anywhere that you can sit, maybe a coffee table, maybe a bench, something that you can support yourself with your arms as well as taking a seat. We're going to hit the upper body at the end, mostly for the hips, but this workout is great for those of us that need to improve our mobility, especially if we struggle with getting up and down off the floor or in and out of our chair. We're going to hit those muscles. That'll make that just a little bit easier, all in 12 minutes. Let's start from our chair, bringing your hips to the edge of your seat, bringing your feet under your knees, drawing your belly button up and in as you sit really tall. We're just going to march our knees towards our chest. Bringing one knee up and then the other. As we march, we're going to sit really tall. We can always bring our hands to the seat if we need a little support through that spine, but we're also going to use our strong core to support our spine. So draw that belly button up and in. Try flexing your foot as you pull those knees up and activate those legs and your hips just a little bit more. 15 more seconds here, and then we pick a leg and we're just going to work with that one side. So start thinking about which leg you want to work first, and we'll plant that opposite foot into the floor, wrap the hands around the leg that's lifted, and just pull that knee up towards the chest as far as you can get it, keeping that foot flexed, and then it's just a little release away from the ribs. Using the arms for round one to help warm up that hip flexor, sitting tall, pushing through that opposite foot. We're going to keep that other leg really still as we work. 10 more seconds here. Using those arms for some help. Last 5 seconds, then we'll release the hands and have no help. Hip flexor doing all the work. Pull that knee up as far as you can, and then just bring it down an inch or two. Keeping the foot flexed, hands can be on the hips, on the seat, or just down by the sides. They can always come back to the knee at any time if you want a little support. Another option is to set the foot down, shake out the hips, and then right back into it when you're ready. Stay strong through that other leg, push the foot down, stay strong through the core. We're going to keep this leg lifted when you hear the bell, and just extend that foot out, lift that knee back up. Keeping the knee lifted, we're going to bring it in even closer as you bend it back. Extend and bend. Flexing that foot, kick through the heel if you need to, foot down, shake it out, and then get back into it. Making these hips stronger. That's that little burn you're starting to feel. Those muscles are saying thank you for a quick workout today. We're going to keep that knee up and then just take it out and in, out and in. You can always tap the foot on the floor, out and in. Just make sure you're lifting that knee with the hip flexor, feeling that outer hip, inner thigh. If your foot is off the floor, keep it flexed. You can also bring your hand outside your knee for a little support, but just a little bit. Don't let the arms do the work. That hip is doing the work. And it should be telling you it's doing the work. Feel that outer hip, that inner thigh, helping that strong hip flexor. We're going to add an upper body twist to our knee lift. Elbow comes towards the knee. So we're going to bend our elbow, keep it wide, and then use the torso to bring it towards the knee. Belly button up and in, strong through that other leg. Push that foot into the floor. Keep that leg still. Twist through the torso. Work through the burn that you're feeling in that hip flexor, hopefully. 8 more seconds. You can tap that foot down in between. I'm taking that little break. Let's switch sides. Wrap your hand around the opposite knee, hug it in, little release. That other leg that was just working now gets to stay still. Push the foot through the floor. Sit tall. Belly button stays up tight. Foot stays flexed. And we're just warming up that other side. Using round one with a little bit of help. Round two, we lose the help. Hands can come to the seat, to the hips, or just down by the sides. But keep that knee high, keep that foot flexed. And then we just drop it down 1 to 2 inches. Or we let the hands come back to help, or we bring the foot down and we shake it out for a second, and then we get back into it. Do what works for you. But try to push through that fatigue. Force those muscles to get stronger. For 8 more seconds. And then we're going to extend that leg out, keeping that knee as high as we can, keeping the foot flexed. Kick through that heel, pull that knee back up to the chest. If you've done a few reps and you need a second, bring the foot down, release the hip, and then right back into it. Sitting tall, hands on the seat for support if you need it. Other leg staying really still. You've got about 12 more seconds before we go out and in with that knee. Strengthening that outer hip and inner thigh. Out and in. Keep the knee as high as you can. Or maybe you're tapping the foot out and in. Try to lift that knee up as you move the foot. If the foot is staying off the floor, flex it. If you want, you can bring the hand to the knee for a little help, but just a little. Don't let the arm do the work. 10 more seconds. Then we add our twist. So we're not quite done with the front of this hip. We're going to lift up, twist elbow to knee. Use that core to twist that elbow. So the whole torso moves. As you pull that knee up, draw that belly button in. And tap that foot in between, or if you want to challenge, keep that heel off the floor. But my hip's feeling tired. I think I'm going to stay with the tap. 10 more seconds. I won't tell you how many times I filmed this workout. Hopefully this is the one that sticks. We'll see. Stand up, shake it out. We're going to work the back of the legs. So we're going to bring one foot to the seat of the chair. Now if you try this and your foot doesn't get up there, no worries. Keep your foot on the floor. Flex it, keep your knees parallel. If your foot made it to the chair, knees are parallel. Maybe you're going to flex the foot. And you're going to pull that heel up towards the back of the hip, tap the toes back down. If you try a few of these and it's really, really tight, then you can point the toes and lose that foot flex. If it's still too much on the chair, bring the foot down, but you're going to flex your foot if it's coming back to the floor. Really pull that heel up towards the hip. Knees as close to parallel as you can get them. Hamstring working to bring that heel up towards the back of the hip. Try keeping the foot flexed if you can. Whoops. Use something for balance if you just lost your balance like I did. Switching sides. Flex your foot, knees parallel. Lift and tap. Or point those toes, let the top of the foot come down. Or bring your foot to the floor with that foot flex. Lift and lower. So if you're really balancy with the foot on the chair and you don't have something to hold on to, bring that foot down to the floor. When you hear the bell, we're back in our chair. We're going to bring the upper body into this workout. So shake out those legs, have a seat, and bring your hands outside your hips to the front of your seat. Try to keep your fingers as close to forward as you can get them, and your feet are going to walk away from that chair. We're going to press through the palms, and at the bell, you're just going to swing your hips forward and then take them back off the chair. So you're just going to swing off the chair and then sit back down. Trying to keep those hands right under the shoulders as you come forward and back. Hips go forward. And then we sit back on our chair. So our arms are locked, fingers are forward, belly button is up and in. And we're going to add on from here if you're up for it. When you hear the bell, you're going to start to bend your elbows and then bring yourself back up. And you can either sit back up on your seat Or you can keep those hips forward as you bend the elbows down and up. And you can just stay with those seated dips. Or you can sit back down, take a second, then bring the hips forward, bend, lift. If you don't like the arm bend, stay with those swings. If you need a second, shake out the arms. Keep that belly button up and in. Keep those shoulders back and down, away from your ears. You choose if you're doing dips, hip swings, or a combination of the two. You're going to support yourself up. If you can, keep your hips off of your seat and just march your knees up towards your chest. If this is too much with the hips off the seat, come back to the seat, but push through your palms and keep those arms active. Try to lock the elbows. Feel the back of the arms really strong. Maybe hips are off of your seat as you bring those knees up and in, keeping the feet flexed, that core tight, belly button up tight. You can take a seat anytime you need it. We're all going to sit now, and we're going to pick one knee, bring it up and twist. Bring it up and twist. If your hip flexors are really tired from those first rounds, you can use the opposite hand in front of the knee for a little assistance. Lift and twist. You can tap the foot down, or you can hover the foot off the floor. Keep that core tight. Big twist, big lift. So your options are to tap the foot or use the hand for assistance. 3 more seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. Opposite way, elbow to knee. Really plant that other foot into the floor. Bring both sits bones firm into your chair. And pull that knee up with a tap, with a hover, or with assistance. 15 more seconds. And then we're going to support ourselves up on those arms again. With the option to bring the hips forward off of your seat, but you don't have to. If you're getting really fatigued at the end of this workout, stay in your chair, but use those arms to support you up. Really tall through the spine. Press into those palms, lock your elbows. Maybe hips are off of the seat. Making that upper body work just a little bit harder. Pull that knee up towards the chest. Pull those big toes up towards the knee. 10 more seconds. We are almost done. Keep breathing. 3 more seconds here.
Activity completed.
We did it. We got through it. 12 minutes and you're done. Hopefully your hips are feeling stronger. Hopefully you're feeling that in the upper body. So shake it out, stretch it out as you need to. We've got some 12-minute stretches on here. If you've got a little bit more time in your day, throw on another video. And I hope to see you back here again very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us.